May we be in harmony with the guardian spirits of the righteous. May we be in harmony with all truthful men.
reason for going this way is to be reconnected with a connection that we've all lost in our lives. You know?
For me, the Daime, and also the spirit which is in the Santo Daime, is the spirit of Jesus Christ. And when I was in Mapia, I had very strongly experienced, this is really the second coming of Jesus Christ. But it's not coming in the form of a person, it's coming in the form of the Santo Daime.
The Daime is the most ethical psychedelic experience there can be. That is where you go check what you're doing. The work people do when they are together generates a lot of energy. So I think that these rituals inside the forest, they are huge energy generators which have an impact in reality.
The Daime is one of the tools to help awaken people to realize that we are on the edge, completely on the edge, but to awaken us in such a way that we realize that we're not who and what we think we are, and that we can change things in far more dramatic ways than we think we can currently.
The great ceremonies of the priesthoods of the Incas necessitated the ingestion of ayahuasca to inspire their emperor, to foretell wise actions, to understand and communicate with the spirit realm. There were also uncertain accounts of human sacrifice. To what god or gods were they paying homage? At the height of their power, the Spanish, with a tiny force, destroyed their empire.
The ayahuasca was done only by the Inca family, some priests that know how to make the drink, and some warriors that received that as a very special kind of prize to have the experience. They were invited by the Inca emperor to participate in the ceremony altogether.
Well, Huasca was the brother of Atahualpa, who was the last Inca emperor who went, when the Spanish conquerors arrived there, then he went down to the jungle with the high mystery of the Incas. Ayahuasca was always used as the plant of the dead, to contact with the dead, the liana de los muertos. That means that it was used always to keep in touch with the ancestors.
space-time travel, the blood and substance of many races and new races as yet unconceived and unborn, combinations not yet realized pass through the body, migrations, incredible journeys through deserts and jungles and mountains, a place where the unknown past and the emergent future meet in a vibrating, soundless hum.
Toda linha espiritual ela tem um ordenamento, porque senão seria uma coisa bastante caótica. Então o ritual é uma coisa que é dado a partir da tradição. Foi o mestre Irineu que recebeu a revelação da espiritualidade e que determinou qual era a maneira mais apropriada, inclusive mais segura para se realizar esse trabalho espiritual tão profundo que exige, que faz com que você tome uma bebida enteógena, que você participe em uma expansão de consciência.
Two species we're using. The jagubi vine is a Banisteria capi, which contains several principal active substances, the primary which are harmine and harmaline, and these are MAOIs, these are monoanoxidase inhibitors. Now what these will do in combination with the leaf has a principal active dimethyltryptamine. Dimethyltryptamine's common name is DMT. If you were to eat DMT on its own, you would not feel any sensation, any effect whatsoever, but in combination with the vine, which has this MAOI inside of it, it prohibits your body from producing a tremendous amount of this enzyme which breaks the DMT molecule crystal. So together the two of them complement each other and allow you to feel the sensation, the force, the power of the Santo Daime itself and the power of the plants. Together it's pure magic, and the intention of this is to liberate the mind, the spirit, the body, and bring us towards unity with God, with the spirit.
Maybe there is, instead of all these different gods, maybe there's one God who manifests himself and revealed himself in different ways to different people. You know, what about that, huh? All right.
In the early 20s, rubber tapper Irineo Serra met with indigenous Peruvians and participated in their ayahuasca ceremonies. In the astral he received tunes, verses, and a voice in which to sing them. At the nether end of his vision, he encountered a manifestation of a hitherto unheard of entity, Juramidam.
Daqui, quando ele chegou aqui, Brasileira, que fica já na extrema, era o chá, ele foi quem determinou o nome de Santo Daime, né? E daí ele veio lutando para formar, que ele formou a doutrina, lutou 50 anos para formar a doutrina, né? E chegou a formar o Centro de Iluminação Cristã Luz Universal, já com todos os determinados documentos, né?
Our Lady, Queen of the Rainforest, told Irineo to bring the message of the tea to the outside world. She showed him in revelation how the people should dress, the shape of the dance. Irineo returned to the world of the rubber tappers and a community grew up around him. The church received the nickname of Santo Daime, literally the Holy Give Me.
Deus, dai-me saúde, dai-me coragem, dai-me fé, dai-me amor. Tudo que é de bom pede, dai-me ao Deus, né?
The master in the church is the Santo Daime. The light that everybody is asking for is in this liquid. We drink this light is coming into us, and it is shining into our dark corners and hopefully helping us to sort out which is our failures and giving ideas to improve ourselves.
Extremely pious hymns, and the vibration of it goes through your body, and the focus is on high things, on being good and treating other people well. And when you make yourself high in this and sing these things, and you also put yourself under a lot of stress, because dancing for so many hours takes stamina.
The light Daime gives you the fourth dimension. You have your brain, your ratio, you've got your heart, your feeling and your emotions, you've got your bowel, your drifts, and the Daime gives a fourth dimension. It's the waarnemer in Dutch.
What is the
waarnemer in English?
If you are the watcher. If you are the watcher of all the things that is happening in your life, you can walk with a straight head, not worrying,
but it is the waarnemer of the 3H. In Dutch it's hersens, heart and hormoon.
Yeah.
And you get a fourth, and it is watching over these three.
I was really resistant. I have questions about everything. Why does it have to be in a foreign language? Why do I have to go so many thousands of miles away to participate in this religion? And how can I be part of a religion when most of the people I meet I don't like? And why would I want to be in a group where, and I don't like the uniform, and I don't like this, and it tastes horrible, and why do I have to throw up all the time? And, I had this whole litany of things in my head. And I don't know why I kept on going, but I kept on going and kept on going and kept on going, and then all of a sudden, none of it mattered. But I had a vision that I was an active participant in, and now it's great. I saw these incredible arms, female arms, come out of these clouds and put a crown on my head.
The knowledge that Daime gives you and the disciplines that has to do with a geometry, because the geometry is important, because order means cosmos. So without order you cannot travel.
The whole ceremony structure is to create an energetic mandala so that a healing current can circulate amongst all participants in the group.
How do people know what is contacting them? Who is this master? Is he giving or taking power?
All the group together is one energy, I feel similar to spaceship. All together, connecting in one energy.
To carry, you need a core group always to carry the fields of protection. There's a space, you see, there's sacred space, and there's the connection, it's a direct connection with astral, with the divine creation, with the kingdom of God, actually. The Daime is putting yourself under the whip of the master to a certain extent. So you can immediately see there's your false ego right there. There's the whip, you can understand it,
If what you're looking for are things that are wrong, you'll find them here. When you look in the mirror, you'll find them there also. If you're looking for the jewels of this doctrine, the jewels of the treasures that lie here, you'll find them.
Começou a frequentar, tomar o Daime e começou a receber a missão dele espiritualmente e a ser preparado pelos índios, pelos xamãs ele foi assistido, começou a frequentar, tomar o daime e começou a receber a missão dele espiritualmente e a ser preparado pelos índios, pelos xamãs dos indígenas, dos incas, para antigo ele pregava predestinidade.
Esse Ineu era um filho de Deus santo, puro. Era não, Ele fazia esse trabalho, nós ia para a concentração e para os Hinários era 4 horas de viagem de lá da nossa colônia para lá. Mas nós ia de pé e voltava. Nesse tempo ainda era meia nova, né? Andava com a lama por aqui no meio da perna, ia e voltava, mal Padre Sebastião, Madrinha Rita. Nós se juntava tudo e ia e voltava, tudo conversando. Nós ia para a concentração, quando era 11h30 da noite, o mestre fechava, aí nós saíamos, quando o dia vinha amanhecendo, nós chegávamos em casa. Era 4 horas de viagem, dentro da lama, mas nós íamos.
O mestre Ineu teve em suas mirações visões muito profundas, visões muito mágicas sobre o mundo, a humanidade, a raça humana, o planeta Terra. Tudo isso a gente depreende dos seus hinos.
Whether one believes without question or wrestles with doubt, whether one is part of a religious community or worships in the privacy of the soul, religious practices and beliefs are among the phenomena that define us as human. For many of us, the axiom could well be, we pray, therefore we are.
If there is a teacher in the tea, then for the past decade across Europe, groups have met in secret to learn from it. Within Europe, bar Spain and the Netherlands, the Daime Church is either unknown or outlawed.
En France, le Santo Daime marche bien parce que le chamanisme est à la mode. Actually, in France, Santo Daime is growing up because shamanism is growing up. It's a relatively new phenomenon in France, and we have to be very careful here. There is no problem with shamanism in the native area, but in Europe, because we are not sure of the effects of ayahuasca in the future and on the people, and for this principle of precaution, of safety, in France we prefer to forbid this drug.
I'm in the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry at the University of Kuopio, and we've been researching ayahuasca there directly since 1993, I guess, 10 years ago. There's a trial today for the Santo Daime. They're being persecuted for their religious practices in France. I'm going to give some expert testimony on the scientific and medical implications of using ayahuasca. We've done some clinical studies over the years. Hopefully they will be allowed to continue their religion.
We had once this confrontation with the law in Amsterdam when they worked together, when the police came and they took the Santo Daime from the church, and the commander is the dealer and these are just the choosers. So the people in the church were just like the junkies in the street, but they don't bother them. They were interested in the dope and the dealers, so they took the Daime and they took the commander. And in the same period, the groups were troubled by the police, Daime confiscated in France and in Germany.
Ja, wir hatten in Deutschland eine Kirche in Thüringen, im Thüringer Wald, und wir haben dort schön gesungen bis 1999 im September das Bundeskriminalamt uns an unserer Ausübung von Religion behindert hat. Es ist verboten, weil da ist ein Wirkstoff drin, der nennt sich DMT. Das ist eine Substanz, die ist verboten in Deutschland.
En espérant, parce que notre cause est juste. Nous y allons avec foi et confiance totale. Voilà, parce que nous avons la vérité pour nous. En France, actuellement, il y a une persécution des minorités spirituelles. C'est très important que de faire comprendre à la France que le Santo Daime est une voie spirituelle respectable, une voie initiatique, une très grande voie initiatique.
The origin of the process is a sort of principle under which the group Santo Daime would be a sect, and in France the word sect frightens everybody.
All I have to do is just tell the truth and talk about the scientific facts. That should be enough. Haven't really found it to be dangerous. In fact, it seems to be quite useful for people.
The Daime leader received a 10-month suspended sentence. The French Daime Church saw this as an unwillingness to accept their doctrine.
In Spain, in 2000, the two of us was arrested there in the Madrid airport with the stuff. We got letters from senators, from the governor of Amazonia, governor of Acre, Brazilian ambassador, the 10 main bishops of Brazilian Catholic Church. They wrote a letter stating that Santo Daime is a true religion.
From that period we had to be more secret about it, and that's giving a negative influence on our works. There was no way to know and in what way they were trying to check us. In that period the commander was not able to serve it to the participants because Daime confiscated, and they had no other chance to get Daime, so they have been coming together and singing the Hinários without the sacrament, trying to keep up the spirit as long as they could.
This doctrine has been in Ireland for 6 years, nurtured by the Dutch and Welsh. During Padrino's recent visit, the mantle of commander was placed for the first time onto the shoulders of an Irishman. The church meets discreetly when there's Daime available in the country.
I'm the immigration officer here, and my duty is to establish whether people qualify to enter the United Kingdom. Part of the qualification for me entering the UK as a visitor for spiritual reasons or otherwise is that I have to be satisfied that they are leaving the UK.
It is our appeal on the European Convention on Human Rights, Article 9, which guarantees to all the individuals in the member states the freedom to have their religion. In Ireland, I guess, that can be made the same appeal, because it's the same human right that has to be guaranteed by the Irish state. The decision of the court was that even when the Dutch say it is something that's prohibited by the drug law, the drinking of ayahuasca, because of the freedom of religion, it has to be given to the churches the right to use it in their sacrament and in their churches.
Comumente acontece que tem lugares que já está mais liberal, a doutrina já está mais legalizada, e tem locais que ainda o país é muito fechado, né? E então o clima também se apresenta um pouco mais fechado, as pessoas também não se abrem muito para a expansão e para a propaganda da doutrina, até por medo, às vezes, do governo, da parte legal. Então, existe alguns lugares que é mais difícil de estar totalmente no clima ambiental da doutrina.
1982, people came and said the Santo Daime is going to be massacred by the dictatorship. You see, they don't want that there. And then I visited the colonel, his name is Guarino. He was the commander of the jungle battalions. He said, what are we going to do? I said, there's a lot of police cases, sir. There's no traffic, there's no bandits, there's no crime, there's the innocent people from the jungle, all the Indians, cultural heritage there. And the colonel was smart enough to say, what we do? And Sebastian said, everybody's going to drink Daime tonight. Right, Dr. Colonel? I said, you're a man of courage. And the colonel took his glass and was very strong.
Meu mestre, dono do poder, se for desobediente, chicote vai descer, a estrada dura tudo. Luz para enxergar, que está chegando o dia do nosso mestre chegar. Tudo vai estremecer, tudo vai balançar. Os que tiverem com ele são os que vão triunfar.
The pace of each ceremony is based around hymnals that refer almost entirely to Christian figures, said to sanctify the space. Further on, and after 2 or 3 cups of tea, when a group mind effect has been created, mentions are made of the Master, the entity Juramidam.
I was invited to the environmental program of United Nations in New York. I met a wonderful person there called Dr. Noah Brown. In 2 or 3 months he was in Brazil and he took me to the president of the republic in Brazil. And then we were granted with 1.5 million acres. This is not yet. And that's what 1989 was signed as national forest.
Here you have a people that came to live in the forest, to live with the forest. And 15 years ago, a conservation unit was created as a social environmental laboratory. But the Santo Daime is a vehicle of this that can teach you how to live with the forest. It's what it's making. The master in the Santo Daime makes this, and so it's already a technology, a new pattern.
I'm trying to save at least the world around me. I'm trying to develop a way that we can come inside the jungle and touch in the parts that we don't have so much resource, and we can touch and make it better. And so we are trying to give a new mind for our country. The idea is stop burning this material. This is not trash. You see? This is not trash. This is love that God gave us. This is the best that the plants preparing this special food to feed the ground, to feed the microlife.
Saint Sebastian left a legacy for many of his sons and spiritual sons. I am one of those sons. He gave me the mission to take the daime to the world. I received 5 liters of the daime to bring to Rio de Janeiro. And then start the whole thing in 92.
The largest daime works ever held outside the rainforest happened during the Rio Earth Summit.
I wish to invite the conference to observe 2 minutes of silence on behalf of the earth. I invite the conference to rise.
In Irenaeus' own land, the men in suits came to rescue the earth from his portents.
If a man cheats the earth will cheat man. We must bring our species under control.
Of the rainforest for climate, for animals and for planets.
Eight years later, at the UN Millennium Summit of World Religious Leaders, Santo Daime were not invited.
Efforts were made to draft an Earth Charter during the Rio Earth Summit in 1992. They didn't succeed.
This is a gathering, what you might even say are the more important world issues, those who lead the religious and spiritual communities of the world.
I think that those of us who don't come from an indigenous religious tradition need to understand their views, and they've expressed them very strongly. The question is what to do about those expressions.
Jesus is a forgery. Jesus is a fabrication.
Conflict between religions is enormously disruptive.
A lot to be learned from indigenous people. After all, they were here for millions of years.
Are we going to come up with a world religion out of this event? Certainly not.
Für mich das erste Mal, dass ich das höre, dass Christus und Krishna in einen Stall geboren sind.
Global civil society needs a moral vision.
Because Christianity is an illogical religion. There is no logic in that.
We will now see the real spiritual powers that govern this earth. As we speak, the ice is melting in the north. Amen.
Very delicate balancing act, and it never goes away. It seems to me, even the Brazilians and those who are doing it for a long time, they're also feeling how strong the current is here, also here in this land, because again we were talking about it's all the influences, it's everybody else that we can't see that's in the room, you know, also and it's also a battle as well on the astral level, because there's all the spirits are attracted in, and they're all to a certain extent trying to feed on this because it's so attractive, there's so much nectar there.
Is to go through this gateway. We need to see our fears and biggest one of them is our fear to lose control or to die. The more near this point is getting in your energy that you feel, oh, now just a few more seconds and then I really am going to lose control. Then you need a lot of trust, and if this is the moment that you think, oh, I should have never gone here, and why didn't I just put on the television and had a hot cup of chocolate?
And we shall have hurricanes, and we shall have floods, and we shall have droughts, and we shall have volcanic eruptions, and the tilting of the earth, and the melting of the ice caps will change the...
Mediumship is the capacity of the man to deal with spirits and work with them, for curing them, for healing them, and for healing ourselves. It comes through Daime, from God to them to get lighter.
I never believed in spirits until extremely recently, perhaps a month ago. And I would just say to my friend, the way that I knew that it had slipped in was suddenly my thoughts were overtaken with thoughts that I just generally wouldn't think, just weren't mine. And I was thinking these thoughts, and my energy was going to thinking these thoughts, and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't my stuff, I don't even care about this. What is this? And then I realized there was this energy inside me, and I shook myself, and I brushed myself off like this and it went away. And I found that by keeping my posture really straight, it didn't have space to enter me.
If you drink ayahuasca, you get the teacher inside you, and the teacher says what you do. And so the teacher told me, because I know it somehow, he told me, don't follow this ceremony, it's not for you. He said in the beginning, if you drink ayahuasca, you get the teacher inside you.
Olha, assim, porque ele é um remédio, sim, ele é feito de uma árvore. Ele é muito bom, assim, ele é um remédio assim, contra veneno, um remédio que ele, assim, em lugar de remédio, né? Ele serviu para mim, não de religião. Porque eu não encontrei nele nada que pudesse me levar à salvação. Por isso eu saí.
A Igreja Católica, historicamente, ela não reconhece manifestações de mediunidade. E atualmente também eles não reconhecem qualquer manifestação espiritual na matéria, a não ser no alto clero, quando eles falam do exorcismo, que eles consideram ser apenas manifestações do mal.
People think that evil doesn't exist.
I speak to the entity as I speak to you now.
We are told in the Holy Quran that jinn may try to do something bad.
The devil puts different ideas in man's mind.
I separate you, spirit, from the person that...
The man is stronger than jinn.
Into the divine world, where you will be told what you have to do.
Ela ali que te senta ali na mesa, na cadeira, bem de frente, sou eu.
Bem na frente, a senhora lá, cantando.
Ela me ajudando a mexer o cedo um pouquinho, que eu sempre ajudo ele por lá. Não sou de nada não, mas eu dou uma forçazinha a ele lá que só.
Legal.
Porque quando eu chego lá, ele joga pra cima de mim. Dessa vez não é fácil. Ele disse, não, bicho, eu não aguento não. Ele fica achando graça. A gente tem que ajudar ele. Quem puder ajudar ele, porque a coisa aqui tá muito pesada, meu filho.
Ah, não. Batalha, a luta é grande, né? Essa luta é grande.
Mas eu não tenho medo, porque a luz supera a escuridão. É paralelo com a negativa. porque os hinos mesmo são as palavras, são a direção que nos adverte de fazer bem e não fazer mal.
Eu quero ajudar ele ali, meu filho. Ele fica alegre quando eu chego. Eu tenho que ajudar, porque se não ajudar, ali a coisa não é fácil. Mas eu tomo conta ali daquela porta que eu tomo conta ali, não encosta nada ruim porque eu não deixo.
Pois é.
Não, ali só chega o que é bom, coisa boa. Chega tanta coisa boa ali, quem tem olho para ver, vê. Quem não tem, não vê. Mas eu vejo que chega ali.
Ela tem mais pressão mais para baixa, 10/6. Ela sempre tem pressão mais baixa.
The ceremony's goal is to bring the participants to the point where the mind fuses with the light. Descriptions of this mental state mirror near-death experiences, the meeting with the light. The Daime Church encourages all participants to drink the full quota so that none are left out as the group mind travels through a kaleidoscopic world. Some slip through to the other side.
There's a strength to not talking about your visions. If you tell people about your visions, then they decrease in prominence and they're like butterflies that fly away.
What is the relationship with plants? We need them. They don't need us. So I'd have to ask, why would they want to tell us to be more careful with the world?
People think everything will be okay. You know, the earth will always be here. You know, it'll always feed us, always shelter us. Brilliant. Because now the world has become unbalanced. Nature itself has become unbalanced.
Eu imagino que a busca espiritual está sendo grande no mundo inteiro. Embora são poucas pessoas que estão buscando, mas que em todo o país tem alguém ligado nesta nova era da criação divina, desde o sol até a terra.
Feliz Natal!
Oh, muito obrigado!
Como dice? Feliz Natal ou
Feliz aniversário!
Aniversário! Muito ano!
Muito obrigado! Tudo de bom, bom dia!
Ok, tchau, tchau!
Juramidam, if you deserve, if you're pure enough, if you are in the conditions for that, one day you're going to be visited by a very strong kind of light form. You're going to notice, this is Juramidam.